Having no self doubt is so important because I used to be a girl who was always doubting myself. I pretty much used to doubt every single choice I made. I always asked my friends and parents for confirmation, and I always asked them for an advice. Every single thought and idea that I had doubts about them, and I used to be afraid of making choices. It got to the point where I couldn't even make my own decision, and I would ask people to make a decision for me, ask my parents, classmates, not even my close friends. I was afraid to make my life my own, which is really scary. I was never realizing that by doing all that, I completely lost myself. I completely lost my spark for life, and I didn't know who I was. I always had passion for success, and I always knew that everything will work out for me, even when I was younger, at a really young age. I just knew it. I just knew that I was special. But I also, unfortunately, believed in the things that people were telling me, not understanding that it's actually their first time on this earth, too. And how can they know me if they don't know themselves? How can they know what I need and what I want? So many things. We've always been through stuff. When people say things about ourselves, and somehow we believe in it. Somehow we believe in that. You know why? Because we doubt ourselves. Because we forget who we are in those type of situations. Because it's a normal reaction, automatic reaction in a 3D world. I can keep on going. We all been through that when people tell bad things about ourselves. You can face those situations differently. It is my choice to make, either to believe in these words or not. Choose not to. I can simply choose not to believe in it. You can know yourself to that point that these words is just a noise. These words don't matter to you. These words don't make sense. By training your self-concept, you can reach mountains. Let me tell you that I had to learn to know myself from the very beginning. And, learning new things is never easy. Getting rid of your old habits is never easy. And starting from the scratch is never easy. But it means that things are changing and you're evolving, which is the main reason of this life, of your entire existence. I started to consciously manifest in 2020, and to say that I was at the lowest point of my life is not enough to express where I was. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to do basic things like go out with friends, eat food. My bad thoughts were eating me alive, pretty much. These things and those thoughts were coming from the fact that I had so much self-doubt. I had so many insecurities. My classmates were bullying me. Things at home weren't easy. I was hard on myself. I had an eating disorder and I couldn't even eat normal food. I couldn't even do things normally because I would work out 5 hours every day. I was afraid to eat. I was afraid of the things that people would say to me. It actually feels unreal now because remembering that I was 13 years old, I was trying to find different books to read, about manifestation and spirituality. I started to watch different videos on YouTube. Any video I could find, I'd watch it. Every book I'd find, I'd read it. I started creating my first vision boards and decided what I want to see in my reality. Slowly, I started to change my life. I started by fixing my sleep schedule and my food habits, which sounds pretty much easy, but to me, back then, it wasn't. I stopped making excuses and I stopped asking people their opinions about me. I stopped asking them about any advice. I stopped asking them pretty much anything. I just wouldn't ask people nothing about me no more. I started to learn how to say no to people because that's actually really important. If it's not what I want, if it's not what I want to do, and if it doesn't fit my standards, then I'm telling you no. And I had to learn how to do that because it's hard when people are like pressuring on you and they want to hear a yes from you. Let's say somebody wants your help on a project that they don't actually want to do. They want to get it easier in an easy way, and they just ask you, could you do this for me? And you don't want to, but you say yes because you're afraid that these people won't like you. I stopped doing that. Pretty much stopped being a people's pleaser. I started doing meditations, made an entire plan, where I want to study, what I want to do, what hobbies do I want to do. I stopped looking and searching for friends because I don't seek nobody. I don't need nobody to feel enough. I am enough already. I stopped searching for people that will like me, who would understand me. By that, my life has changed completely in a really short time. I think I had my biggest, if you could say, glow up back then when I was 15. That's where I started to change and where I started my self growth process. I actually fell in love with myself for the first time back then. I loved my body, my hobbies, I loved who I was. I've changed a lot, and that 15-year-old girl is not there no more. I've learned so many things, and that's why I wanted to record that video to talk about self doubt and why having no self doubt is really important. I had my ups and downs, and I'm still learning how to do things. I'm still learning how to love myself to the fullest because, we are evolving every day and we are learning new things every day. Honestly, the person that I was a month ago even is not who I am no more because I've changed a lot. You have to say that no matter what experiences you're going through right now, it may seem bad right now, it may seem sad, but everything is happening the way it's supposed to be. That's what I believe in, and that's truly how it works. Through these experiences, you build yourself from the scratch. You become a new person every day and you are evolving. That's an entire progress. That's how it works. And you have to accept each part of you. Being spiritual doesn't mean being in a perfect state all the time. It doesn't mean you have to be having positive mindset all the time. What do you mean a positive mindset in the first place? It's different for everybody. A positive mindset may seem having only good thoughts all the time. We all have some bad thoughts sometimes. After a bad day or after a breakup, you feel sad. You don't have to pretend to be happy when you're not. You don't have to make it hard for you to be spiritual. You don't have to make it hard for you to live this life. You should love your every and each state that is possibly here, that possibly could be. I thought that I knew every single thing back then about myself, which is not true. I thought that I don't need to learn no more. But I was wrong. Even the best teachers on this earth can't know everything. And if you're wondering about my manifestations and stuff since I was 15, a lot of things happened to me, and yeah, I've actually moved countries as I always knew, as I always dreamt about. I moved countries, I'm studying at a university, living in the city that I pictured that I would live in. I'm having fun and I'm enjoying life and I'm getting new experiences, finding new things about myself, and I just live the life that I pictured I would live when I was 15. The thing is, I only just recently, and I can say it confidently, learned to put myself first, and I only recently learned how to have no self-doubt. I'm still going to change, and the things are going to change for me. My qualities will change, my character will develop even more, and that's really beautiful. I only recently learned how to do things that I want to do just because I feel like it. Now I live by this motto that I just do things because I feel like it. I was still strict on myself, and I would limit myself and I would limit my opportunities. I recently learned to put myself on a pedestal because you are the only thing that you have to the end of our days, to the end of this life. I only recently learned how to enjoy the present moment. I only recently learned how to not doubt my decisions and the choices I make. And by not doubting, I mean that if I make a choice, if I make a decision, I'm not asking myself if I did it wrong or why did I do it. I'm not asking myself those questions. I just do what I feel like in the moment, and if I did it, it means that I did it right, and I did it in a perfect way already. That's done. When I was 15 and my life has changed completely, as I said before, and I can say it because, the time have passed, I was changing my outer world, not my inner self. I didn't actually listen to my inner voice. You see, I can only say that through some time. I'm not saying that I was wrong or I wasn't doing the right thing. No. The things that I did back then, that's what I was supposed to go through. I'm going to change even more. That's the beauty of life. Also, sometimes we want things that other people have. When we see your ex-classmate and you see her life and you see the things that she posts online and you be like, I want that too. I want to have the same type of relationship she has. I want to have the same body, the same parents, same. Well, look at other people's lives. Forgetting about your standards, it's not actually what you want. It's never what you wanted. You have your own plan already. That's for sure. You have your desired reality already somewhere in your head. And then by scrolling and seeing the best versions of their lives, you'd be like, I want that too, but that's not actually the thing that you want. That's what your ego wants, because your ego sees their perfect image, and you'd be like, your ego is like, oh wait, how is it even possible? Their life is perfect. Right now I haven't been going out of my house for 2 days. That is normal. It doesn't change the fact that you don't know their lives. You don't know how their life looks out of the social media. You don't know what relationship with parents this girl actually has, what problems or what type of relationship does she actually have. You don't know these things, and you will never find out. When you're doubting yourself and your reality, again, by complaining that you didn't get something, by actually comparing your life to others, just remember in that times that it's impossible for you not to get what you actually want, not your ego, but you. Not every single thing that exists on this earth is actually what you need. Remember who you are, what your goals are, what your desires are, not what others have. They can repeat your desires and they can repeat your hunger for your desire. They can repeat your story and your experiences the same way that you can repeat theirs. Live your life and have no self-doubt. And sending you just realize that nothing's real pretty much. Their experience that they show on social media is not real. That's an image. That's a perfect image. You are the only thing that actually exists on this earth. You are the only one in your reality, and there's nobody like you. When you realize that, you'd be like, why even have self-doubt in the first place? Why doubting my life, my experiences, my goals? Why do I doubt my own destiny, my own life, by just looking to other people's perfect image? That doesn't make sense, right? It's about you living and meeting different versions of you that you may never seen or heard of. So, I don't have self-doubt. I do things that I want to do. I don't doubt my decisions. I don't doubt my desires. I don't doubt my experiences, and I don't doubt my wants. I don't doubt my needs. I truly know myself. If it's not what aligns with me, if I know that the things that they say is not me, it's a noise to me. I don't listen to it. That's how I got here. I'm sitting here recording this video. I wanted to do that. I wanted to record my thoughts. I wanted to record my experience, and I did it. We hear and see things 24/7, and people will keep telling things to ourselves. But you know what? We don't pay attention to every single thing that's happening around us, right? We would go insane if we would notice it. Do this with people too. Having no self-doubt is your choice, is your decision that you can make. Actually, I can make it for you. You have no self-doubt. Since now, if you decided it, that's enough. That's more than enough. You can change your life right now. It's already changed. If you decided to watch that video, if you decided to start your day with something new, if you decided to read a book, you already started a new chapter. You already started a whole progress. That's the entire point of life, in my opinion. I don't want to have no regrets about my life. I don't want to regret the words that I said, because now I watch my mouth and I watch every single thing that goes out of my mouth. At first, I didn't know what to do either. I didn't know who I was, and I didn't know how to make decisions. It's been a whole progress of getting to know myself, learning new things, learning how to make decisions, learning how to listen to myself. It's been a journey, and I'm really grateful for that journey, and I'm really grateful for the person that I've become, who I am now. I wanted to create this channel. I did it because I know that's what I wanted. I trust my gut, I trust my intuition, I trust my soul, and I trust my mind, my body. Every single part of me, I listen to it because I know myself. A lot of people don't know themselves and feel bad for the habits that they have. I love watching movies. I really love watching a lot of movies. I watch movies not every day now, but like I used to feel ashamed because of that. I'm wasting my time by watching movies. No, I don't waste my time. If I feel like watching a movie, I watch it. If it is an experience. I feel joy. I feel great when I watch a movie. Somehow I felt bad before. why do I even feel bad for watching a movie, And there are so many things. Every person on this earth has something going on in their heads. Ask yourself, why do you feel bad for wanting something? Why do you feel bad for wanting to start a YouTube channel? Why do you feel bad for or afraid to get to know yourself, to find something new about yourself? Why are you afraid of that in the first place? You're telling me that you are afraid of meeting any version of yourself? Why? It doesn't make sense, right? I can even answer that question. That's why I choose not to have self-doubt. Actually, I have become more calm. I actually feel at peace. I actually feel like in love with myself. And I'm planning to live my life to the fullest. And I'm so excited to meet new versions of me. I'm turning 20 in a month. I'm going to be a different person by then. I'm going to be a different person in a year, in 2, in 5, and 10, and 30. And I really want to see that girl. I really want to see where I'm going to be. I want you to have no doubt, no self-doubt. I want you to experience things and live your life to the fullest. And I hope you do so. I hope you don't doubt yourself no more. I hope you don't feel scared of doing things. And I hope you don't feel ashamed of your emotions, of your experiences. Also, I stopped being afraid to be cringe or not accepted. Stop being ashamed of myself. I don't know. If I feel like filming a video outside in front of people, I do it because why not? What's stopping me? It's better to just do it in the first place and get the result and deal with it later. It's actually better than regretting not doing something.